Hey, everybody, listen. I've had quite a few of you guys asking me about doing the Facebook parties. I have never been a huge believer in the Facebook parties until two people started talking to me about them. One was my friend Kia Young and my new friend Melissa Feedstone. Now, I had always assumed that Facebook parties were just these obnoxious, constant postings. You add 500 friends, everybody ignores it. And I just really couldn't see the value in throwing a Facebook party until, first of all, Kia talked to me about some of the ways that you can teach your hostess to have good etiquette. And I think etiquette is really important to these Facebook parties. Number one, don't make a Facebook group and then have your hostess add people to these groups. Being added to a group is extremely rude. You know you've been added, you've had people add you to a group and you have to go in and leave it because now suddenly your Facebook feed is filled with their advertisements. I do not add people to, for instance, my Tammy's Timeout, which is my private Facebook group for my business. I will tell people about it and they can request to join. They can add their friends to it, but I always let them make those decisions. I do not add people myself. So create an event for your hostess Facebook parties. So let's start with creating the event. I'm going to do a little bit of screen sharing because some of you just don't use this option on Facebook and are kind of not sure where to start. So I'm going to take you over here to Facebook. Okay. When you get to Facebook, you're going to click on events. You're going to create the event. Please make sure you create this as a private event. When you hit create the event, it'll say up here, create private. Leave it that way. Don't make it public. Absolutely don't make it public because then it will flood everyone's news feeds. And then you're kind of going against Facebook and 31's policy, which is no selling on Facebook. That is their policy, not just 31's. I know you've got friends in other direct sales companies who are breaking that policy, but it's not about, well, I'm going to do it because they're doing it. It's about, number one, taking the high road, doing what this company called Facebook is asking you to doing what 31 is asking you to do, and share, don't sell. So keep it private. And then you're going to give the event a name. Let's call it, let's see, Tammy's Spring Debut, even though I've already had mine. We're just doing a fake one for right now. So the location, since it's here on Facebook, just put your website address. I'm going to put mine real quick. Let it catch up a little bit. All right. And you know this part is always slow because Facebook's got all those algorithms they're going through as they load that information. All right, then you're going to set the date. What you want to do is set the date of the actual Facebook event. Let's say you're going to do it on a Tuesday night. So I'm going to go down here and choose 22nd. We're going to do this Facebook event at 9 p.m. All right. It is going to end, let's say, 4 days later, however long. Let's say you're going to do your party on a Tuesday. You're going to tell your hostess, let's aim to close out all the orders by that Friday. So we'll go over here and find the Friday. Okay. In the description, you don't need to put a lot. Just say, join Tammy for this fun Facebook party. We are encouraging you to jump in, share your ideas, like and comment as much as possible for a friendly competition. So I'm just going to type something small for right now so you don't have to listen to me. Sorry, I can't type. Okay, so I just put, Tammy encouraged you to like, comment, and share your own love for 31 with any photos you may have. And you can say something else like, come and celebrate this time with your friend. Whatever you want to say, it doesn't have to be super detailed because the most of the content of the Facebook event is going to be within the event. All right, so I'm going to leave it guests can invite friends because there's always those 2 or 3 friends that love to include their friends on these things. So we're going to create the event. Do not add your hostess immediately. go ahead and create a few fun posts onto the event before you do that. So the first thing we're going to do is add the event photo. I always wait till after I create it, because when you do it while you're creating it, it makes the photo all weird. So let's see, let's upload a photo. What do I want to do? Let's see. Let's just do a March one, since I'm going to delete this anyways. All right, so I've got my fun banner, and you can go and create something. There's lots of great websites like canva.com, Picasa, just different photo websites if you want to create your own banner. All right, so I'm going to upload the script to our team page that Melissa Feetsum had shared with me. Now you need to understand, I've already changed a bunch of stuff to make it more for myself. Some of it may not make any sense, so just kind of, my suggestion is print it off, make some notes of the things that you want to change, go back in, change it for yourself, and save it as your own copy. Also get your own pictures. There's not a lot of photos on this script because she encourages you to do your own thing with your photos. So here's our script. Pre-post, I load all of this stuff before I invite the hostess and before she invites her friends. So the first thing that I'm going to do is my introduction. So I wrote up an introduction of myself. I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go over to the Facebook event, get my photo that I want to use. Let's see if I can find something fun here. This just takes a little pre-planning. You know, if you're doing like 1 or 2 Facebook parties in a month, I wouldn't do a lot in 1 month. For one, Facebook frowns upon that. 2, you want to be able to give your hostess your attention. So maybe just plan 1 Facebook party a week, maybe just a couple a month at the most, and just kind of make sure you're giving your hostess the best of you when you're working on this. All right, so let's see. Let me get some, looking for my photo. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So I find a photo I like. I put my little introduction there, and it just says, my name is Tammy, and I'll be your independent senior director and founding consultant for this fun online party. I started with 31 back in 2006 when my daughter was 3 months old, never in a million years imagining I would still be here almost 10 years later. I can share with you later what has made me stay. I appreciate all my customers because without you, this amazing thing stops. So thank you for joining me. You can start shopping now, or you can watch and see what great things are coming in the spring from 31 Gifts. Looking forward to helping you soon. And then I will post my introduction. She has some other pre-posts that you can do. You can do bundle photos, introduction to Facebook and what to expect from me in the customer special. So when you get this, if you right click on this picture, day 1, 2, 3, and 4, it really shows you how she's broken it down. And then once you look at this script, you can see all of the main posts that she posts before she adds her adds her hostess for them to add the guest. Now here's the thing. I want you to go into this script and I want you to change what doesn't feel like you. Kind of stick to the basics of her guideline, which is what I did, but then I went in and I put in my own spin on it, put my own personality, and used my own photos. We're going to talk about photos in just a minute. Okay, so that's done. Pretend I've got all of my pre-posts done. I then will go over here to where it says edit. You can see it right here. You've got to do this from a computer. It's really hard to do on your phone. You can do it on your phone, but just it's going to be really difficult. So go to edit. Now I'm going to, over here where it says co-host, type in her name. Obviously I'm not doing that right now because I said it's a fake party. I then will save it, and then it's going to send an invitation to her. Now, here's where the fun is. Once I send that invitation to her, I'm going to go to stop sharing for just a second. Once I send that invitation to her, I've made up a little quick silly video, but you don't need a video. I'm just going to tell you what the video says. It basically has these pointers. First one, I'm encouraging her to invite 50 friends, no more. Tell her, express to her, please do not invite more than 50 friends. Think about carefully who she wants, because how many times you've been invited to a Facebook event and there are 659 people on that event? You know that she just went through and click, 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 and had no idea who she was inviting. So what it tells you is you're not important. So you quickly say, no thanks, and you leave the event. It's not what I want this woman to do. So you want to encourage her, 50 guests only, and tell her to stop there. Some Facebook profiles are being limited to 50 guests anyways, and so they may not let her add any more than that. But really encourage her 50. Talk to her about how they're just the cool kids. You know, those are the people that she really loves to connect with. Those are the people that she knows that she can reach out to, send messages to. So really encourage her 50 people. After she does that, tell her she has to RSVP yes herself so that she can see all the posts that are happening. Because sometimes they assume that they're already in the event, but they actually have to RSVP yes. So make sure she does that. Then the next thing that she has to do is get excited. So the way that she can get excited is she can like every post you do, comment as well on every post that you do, and tag friends when it comes to something that's relevant to that friend. What that's going to do is it's going to draw people into the conversations and make them realize that she has tailored this event to them. She's not just randomly pulling people's names, that she actually is thinking of them. So maybe she sees a picture that you posted and she's like, hey, Sally, you were just talking about this. You need one of these, bringing people in. And then when I've done my post, I've let them know that every time her friends like and comment and share photos, they're going to be going into a tally system where I have my tally system for my last party. It's pretty funny. It looks a lot like that. I write down their names. Ooh, that's out of focus. But I write down their names. And then I make a tally mark every time they like, comment, or share a photo. And then once a day at the end of the day, I'm saying, here's who's ahead. And I'll say, you know, Marissa has 6 points and Kelly has 4 points. And it's really fun to see them get like kind of competitive and go back and like every single photo just so they can get more points. And what that's happening is it's drawing them into the fun of the Facebook event, because you don't want to hear crickets chirping. You want them to be involved. So if you can't post every night and count up the tally points, then just maybe every other day, or just enough to let them know that you're watching, and they'll get really competitive. Now, that's the one door prize that I give away. At the end, I tell them whoever's got the most points is going to get a little prize added to their order. Now, that can be whatever you want. If you can afford a nail file, then do it a nail file. If you can afford a key fob, do a key fob. This last party was huge, so I felt like I could afford a mini oh man, I lost the mini pouch. Sorry, the mini zipper pouch. They're $12. I felt like I could add that as my one door prize. And the lady was so excited that she won, and she was commenting and liking and going nuts all over it. Going back to my hostess, I forgot one more thing besides getting excited, liking, commenting, posting, adding her 50 friends. Once she gets to 20 RSVPs, she's going to earn a prize from you. So I kept saying, oh, you've got 12 RSVPs, we can do it. And every time another person would RSVP, I say, only 5 more. And then once she got to 20, I made this big to-do on the Facebook page and said, she reached her goal of 20 RSVPs. She's going to have a special prize added to her party. And I'm waiting to see what she orders before I decide what to add. But I'm going to tell her, once she places her order, I'm adding a surprise to her order. And I'm going to find something that maybe coordinates with what she's already got. So you can have fun with that. If you can't afford to add something to her order, then go to Michael's or Target, the Dollar Bin, and put together a cute little bundle and send it to her in the mail and tell her to show her friends that she got a little goodie bag for having 20 friends RSVP. Now, not all 20 of those placed orders, but if just half of them place an order, you've got 10 guests at a party. So, that's going to be really super important. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you, so hopefully you're writing it down. So let's do a quick recap. You create the event for your hostess. You make it private. You add her as a guest. You put in your pre-post information so that she sees that immediately. You don't want her to add guests and there's nothing on the party yet. You message her. You tell her that her job is to add at least 50 friends, aim to have 20 RSVPs, to like, comment, and share photos, and tag friends throughout the entire event to keep them active. So there's where you start. Going back to Melissa's, her party script, I want to just share a little bit with that. You're going to notice that, let's say day 1, she starts 4 days before the actual event is supposed to begin. So you go all the way down and you'll see, let's see, where's my day one? Day one, party time. And you can find fun photos. You can do whatever you want. If you want to change the banner those 4 days, like maybe have a day one banner and change it on day one, day two. These are the 4 days leading up to the actual event, which is going to be just a quick 20-minute online party during whatever time of day to kind of close it all up and answer people's questions. So post one, who's who. This was a lot of fun. And like I said, if you right click on this and save it, you can start a little album on your computer. Getting everybody to, answer the question about the hostess. It says, for every question you answer during the next 4 days, you'll be entered to win a grand prize on day 4. You can do it so giving that prize is up to you, whether you only give points for actually answering or if you give points for liking and answering. I give points for liking and answering because if they're liking, it means they've seen it and they're getting involved. That's up to you. You do have to keep a record of a lot of points, but it's fun. You can just kind of sit down every night and tally it up, just do little check marks, and it's a lot of fun. Now, here's the part that I want to talk about. And again, just open up the script, read through it, change it to what applies to you, save it as your own. Whenever you see something like this, if you would like to see all of our designs for a brand new personalized pillow, check out this link. And then there's a link. Here's what I need to explain to you about this link. Sharing a lot of photos from your computer up to an event puts you as a red flag for Facebook. And that's where sometimes people can end up in Facebook jail because they've been sharing way too many photos on these events, and it comes across to the algorithm or the little spam spotter on Facebook that you are spamming someone. So here's the way around it. We all have Facebook groups. We're not allowed to have Facebook pages. But if you would go and create a page, just no picture at the top, nothing exciting. If you want to put a picture, maybe put a family photo. Put nothing in the description about 31. Put nothing about your website. And like for mine, I just called it Tammy's page. That's it. And I called it the page where I love to share things that I love. I upload my own photos into albums on that page. I'm going to show you that page right now. I hope you're still with me because this is very, very good information. And I learned this on a flight on the way back from 31 Gives Care Council, sitting next to Kia Young, and it was like an aha moment I had never experienced before because I didn't know you could do this. So let me take you to my page. It's coming. All right, it's called Tammy's Page. Don't share it. Don't ask people to like it. Just kind of keep it quiet to yourself because pages are not paid for. Nobody's going to really see this page. Every once in a while, somebody might see a photo. Don't worry about it. But keep the pages as yourself, okay? So I've created, it's running slow. It doesn't like me having all this information out. All right. So I've created some albums. So I'm going to go over here to photos. This is on my page. Remember, this is not your group. This is just a public page. Try to keep it very boring. I just have a picture of me with the council and there's no description as to what it's about. So let's go to albums. Here's some albums that I've created. Let's do I Love to Travel. Okay, here's my I Love to Travel album. These are photos that I came up with. They are not 31 copyrighted photos. And none of them have prices on them. You cannot post those. All right, so let's say here's one of my favorites. Here's me holding one of my favorite new bags, okay? So this is just an album of favorites. All right, here's what's fun. When you create the albums on your pages, the pages that nobody's gonna like because you're not sharing, remember that. Once you create the album, you go to this little star. You hit Get Link. You paste it, you copy the link. Then you go to your event. And here's what's fun. I'll say something like, here are a few of my favorites that are new to 31. And then I will copy the link. Hold on, it's coming. There we go. So instead of now this event thinking that I've uploaded a bunch of photos, it's just seeing a link, okay? But here's what's great. If your customers have to leave your event to go and look at something or go look at a website, They may not come back. Here's what's fun about the link. I can click on this photo. This is a picture of my own Hostess exclusive. And they can go through here and they can scroll and they can ooh and they can awe and they can look and they can make comments about how they love this product, or they can tag their friends. And then when they're done, they're still in the event. It is not taking them away. It is just sharing photos. So that is the purpose of these links that you're going to see on this Facebook script. If you do not have the time to create these albums, you are more than welcome to go to my Tammy's page and share my albums. It's not sending them to my website. It's not sending them to anything because I'm not putting my website on Tammy's page. So you are safe to share those all that you want. That's why you're going to have to go through and personalize this for yourself. If you want to make a page and start creating your own albums, go for it. But if you don't have the time for that, then like I said, you're more than welcome to use whatever I've got on Tammy's page. Just search that. It's fine. It's just all about not sharing copyrighted photos and not sharing photos of products with prices on them. That's going to be very, very important. Okay? So you're going to have these posts. If there's a post that you don't think applies to this group, you can skip it. It's completely how you want to run it. If you have questions about this script, I'm more than happy to answer questions for you. I'm just going to get rid of that for a second. But I think the best thing for you to do is maybe practice on some friends, create your own Facebook event, and maybe even message those friends and say, hey, I want to start doing Facebook parties. Do you mind if I practice on you? Will you mind just playing along, RSVPing? And even if you want to tell them they don't have to buy anything, that's fine, but just wanting to practice and see what it's like. Just go ahead and do it. Maybe ask 4 or 5 friends to let you practice on them. That's fine. But the whole purpose is to get them all excited so by the time it comes to the end of that script, just a few posts on that last night, they're starting to place their orders. You're thanking them. You're tagging them. It's just creating this nice, fun buzz. You want to ask me if this works? Yes. The first time I followed Melissa's script, this party's still going, and it's already over $1,000. Now, is that going to be unusual? Yes. But if you can average $300 to $400 Facebook parties, and then you're also doing maybe 1 or 2 home book parties a month, you are going to have an amazing business. If you can do 1 home party and 1 Facebook party a month, you're going to have an amazing business. So go ahead and use this tool. Post your comments below, questions below, ideas. Again, you're more than welcome to use Tammy's page, or you can go to my page and take all of those photos, download them, and create your own albums, as long as you're not using 31's copyrighted photos, and you're not using anything with a price on it. So, with that being said, don't forget you've got your 2 groups. You've got your private group where you are playing games, selling, booking parties, and only people who want to be in that group are in that group. Then you've got your Facebook page, which is boring. You're not trying to draw attention to it. You're only using it to hold those photo albums. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so go and do a Facebook party, guys. Just give it a try. Always, always, always go for the home party first. That is where you meet your next hostess, and that is where you book your next parties. Good news is I did book 2 parties from this Facebook page and a possible recruit. Fingers crossed. So have fun with it. Listen to the cues from the guest. Listen to what really excites the hostess. You're still getting to know her, and I want to tell you my favorite part. At the end of the party, I posted a photo that said, "Tell me something good." And I thanked all the ladies for coming, and I said, I want you to do me a favor. One of my favorite parts about my home parties is getting a chance to celebrate our hostess, but since we're not together, I need to hear from you. And I asked them to comment below their favorite thing about the hostess. And as these ladies are adding it, I'm actually taking it, writing it on a card. I'm putting the person's name that said it, and I'm going to send this to her after we close our orders out. She's going to really love this. It's going to mean a lot to her. So do your best to make it special. Treat her just like a home hostess, where you still need to hostess coach her and let her know what's going on. Get her excited about those Hostess Rewards. I hope this helps. I hope you will go out and give it a try. And especially for those of you who are maybe homebound, if you have kids that you're constantly taking care of, and maybe you don't have the access to get out into the homes of people as much as you want. Again, aim for the home party first, but this Facebook party, it works. It's legit. I'm excited, and hopefully it inspires you to do the same thing. Thanks, ladies.